To import Paddle recurring payments, you need to follow a series of steps. First, understand what Paddle is. Paddle is a payment platform that allows you to manage subscriptions and recurring payments. The first step is to set up a Paddle account and obtain an API key. This key will be used to authenticate your API requests. You can find the API key in your Paddle dashboard under the Developers section. Next, choose an integration method. Paddle offers several integration methods, including a JavaScript library and a REST API. The JavaScript library is suitable for web applications, while the REST API is suitable for server-side integrations. Once you have chosen an integration method, you need to set up a webhook. A webhook is a callback function that is triggered when a specific event occurs, such as a successful payment or a failed payment. You can set up a webhook in your Paddle dashboard under the Developers section. Now, to import Paddle recurring payments, you need to make a GET request to the Paddle API. You will need to specify the API endpoint, which is https://api.paddle.com/v2/subscriptions. You will also need to specify the API key and any other required parameters, such as the subscription ID or the customer ID. When making the API request, you need to handle errors and exceptions. You can do this by checking the HTTP status code of the response. If the status code is 200, the request was successful. If the status code is 400 or 500, the request failed. Finally, once you have successfully imported the Paddle recurring payments, you need to store the data in your database. You can do this by parsing the JSON response and inserting the data into your database. Best practices for importing Paddle recurring payments include handling errors and exceptions, validating user input, and storing sensitive data securely. You should also ensure that your integration is compliant with relevant regulations, such as GDPR and PCI DSS. In summary, importing Paddle recurring payments involves setting up a Paddle account, choosing an integration method, setting up a webhook, making a GET request to the Paddle API, handling errors and exceptions, and storing the data in your database. By following these steps and best practices, you can successfully import Paddle recurring payments and manage subscriptions effectively.